Hello, History 10 class, Mr. Funk here. Today we're talking about what is the Renaissance. So what's key to note is what came before the Renaissance. This was the Middle Ages or the medieval period or what later became known as the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages because they sucked. War, fighting, death, disease, poverty, just a general bleakness of life for most period is what you see in the Dark Ages. It was a pretty miserable time to be alive. Things like money, land, power, class, those were all defined by the kings. As you saw in the feudalistic structure, it was the kings and queens that dictated who lived where, who got what, who had power. There was no way out of that. It was pretty much all of your life was set by the king or queen. What we see in this age is fear. Fear is what dictated most of life. If fear is dictating all of the decisions in a society, it's usually going to end up in a not so awesome place. Then comes the Renaissance. The Renaissance is literally translated as rebirth. People thought that it was the birth of a new era or a new age, a new way of doing things, a new vision for life. You get to move from just working to be able to survive, and that's it, to actually being able to put your work and your efforts in to flourish in different ways. And as the thinkers of the day realize that they can go from this mindset of surviving to flourishing, they're thinking, where do we look to? The last however many years have sucked, so why would we use those people for inspiration on where to go next? They go to the Greek philosophers, because in ancient Greece, they figured out that was a point at which people might have had a similar mindset to where they were at within the Renaissance period. The big distinction is that philosophy had to have practical implications. It wasn't just neat thoughts for the sake of neat thoughts. How would they affect everyday life? So philosophy within the Renaissance was about society, government, structure, school, sidewalks, community, markets. Everything should be philosophical decisions. The people who were multi-talented were the most beloved. Those that could draw and paint and sculpt, but also design buildings, design cities, literally design and structure how a society or a city looked. And the reason why these people were the most beloved was because they could literally bring beauty into a city. What is the antidote for ugliness? What is the opposite of ugliness? Beauty. So what was beginning to happen was that people started to fund those who could practically bring about truth, wisdom, and beauty. That is the rebirth. That is how to bring about a better world. That is how to leave an ugly world behind and to make something new and different. Beauty, truth, wisdom. That is a Renaissance.